Hey, I'm Phil, and welcome to the Hobby Shop. I'm here with
Don.
And Rob.
and a new guy for the show. What's your name?
AJ.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about music. Why not? Might as well. We kind of did something about this already.
On a last episode that
Nobody
you
ever
get
heard.
to send me over and over again, even though I asked for it.
I tried to send it to you. Wouldn't go. But anyway, well, we're going to talk about music today. I don't really know where we're going to start, where we're going to go, so we'll just wing it.
Alright. Here, I'll try to create a topic. So, what sort of genre do most of you listen to or like to listen to? Start with you, Phil.
It's mostly... Well, I listen to a lot of stuff, but if I had to pick one genre, I'm mostly partial to classic rock, or just... Is classic rock a genre? Or
Yeah,
just-
yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Okay, so yeah, classic rock.
You can make anything a genre.
Basically, you can, yeah.
Cowbell. There you go, that's a genre.
That's some rock and roll, man. Needs more cowbell.
Needs more Christopher Walken. Anyway, yeah, but like I said, there's so many different genres I listen to, but the main one is rock. That's what I grew up on. That's what I primarily listen to.
No, you're just saying like straight up classic rock? Or
It varies. I'm more partial to the older stuff like Led Zeppelin and I was about to say Def Leppard. Hell no. No, not Def Leppard. But Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. I'm kind of blanking on a lot of bands right now. AC/DC, Aerosmith. I can go on. But, I don't know. I just never really got into like newer rock as much.
well, what's the newest band you ever listened to?
What's the newest band? Airborne.
I don't know that one.
I
don't
don't know
know?
that one either.
No.
Right?
You guys
I'm
never heard of
confused.
Airborne?
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Like maybe like a slight bit, but what are they? Your count? What do they touch up on?
Just straight up rock and roll.
Was it,
Just kind of old school sound to them.
the one straight up like they're not rock and roll. They're subgenre as alternative metal. That's basically like new rock and roll has been sevenfold, which they touched back like on the newest album that came out last year. They try to reach back to that like AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin type of vibe.
Yeah, that's kind of what Airborne goes
Mhm.
with.
And usually before that they were a little bit more thrash and speed and all that, and then they just kind of moved into like riffs and like moves. Like, I don't know how to explain it, like a movement in a song, like
Oh,
transitions between sections and riffs and styles.
okay. Well, you might as well go into your genres.
I'm a big punk and rock and roll metal.
About the same here.
Yeah.
Mainly metal.
Well, how heavy? How about that? Get more
Melodic
specific.
death metal.
Melodic death metal.
Yeah, that's my favorite genre.
Melodic death metal.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
name some bands then, sir.
Or
Disharmonia
something.
Mundi. Let's see.
What is that? Don't know much about.
Persephone. Mors Principium Est. Calma. Children of Bodom. More stuff like that.
The ones that give nightmares. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
I've heard some really creepy.
Well,
music
that's
like that.
more like thrash death metal where they try to go
like
yeah, like
Slayer.
Suicide Silence and stuff like that.
Suicide Silence, in my opinion, I like them, but they tried too hard on some of
Yeah.
their songs. Like they had some really like good songs, but then they tried to be more like they tried to overtop like the original thrash, like Slayer and all
Yeah.
that, and they just could not.
That's why I like more melodic kinds where they're just
Progressive rock.
no, they're with melodic, it's more melodies, so they add in more like violins and pianos into it, so it has more of like a melodic feel to it. It's not just straight death metal. It has this like old classic music vibe in as well.
Yeah, I really like that, the music, because you got distortion. Like, I'm going to get back on metal type of music. I know for metal would be Avenged Sevenfold, and they actually do that too. Like, they have their own symphony.
Yeah, they do symphony.
follows
Yeah, that
behind
stuff.
them. Yeah, like they have this song called Afterlife, which has a really deep spot for me. Anyways, but they open it up with a violin, with two or three violins, some cellos and bass and a piano, and they just have this little riff going on, and then it breaks into the rock and roll, and then they have a breakdown of the song, which is usually similar to like a little rock and roll, and then they have this violin, cellos, and orchestra going on in the background, which just really makes the song like move.
Yeah, it makes it more atmospheric.
Makes it like enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's not okay. Are they gonna stop thrashing? Are they gonna stop thrashing? Nope, they're still going. Oh, there's something different there.
So now, when you listen to heavy stuff, do you like listen to the ones you can't understand, like that heavy?
Like
No, I don't know. It kind of builds
Like-
on me where I can actually like understand most of it. Like
uh,
if you listen to it for like a while, you can actually just understand it.
It's not that hard to understand.
Yeah. It
The
really
first
isn't.
time I listened to it, I'm like, what are they saying? A week later, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all it really takes. Most people just like kind of just shut it off and don't listen to it.
I kind of can't handle like the loud bellowing. That's about where I draw a line. I
Right.
don't know really how to describe it, but it's the
Like the deep growl, like the
yeah.
I guess example would be like
When
what?
they're singing like that, that's where I draw a line.
Would like Lamb of God be an example?
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Wait,
not like it's.
wait,
I have
wait.
to understand.
Don't you have
it.
a
It's
story? A story of
Oh,
novel
yeah,
that you saw at Hastings?
Yeah, this old lady went into. No, it wasn't Hastings. It was Walmart, and there's a Christian section for
talking-
music,
Are you talking
and
about
then
that
there was
panel?
a Lamb of God CD there, and she picks it up, and like I guess she was just looking for music to listen to, and just goes to the checkout and goes and buys it. I'm like, that is
she's gonna get scared when she turns it on. Oh my!
She might be a
unless like
metalhead,
she's
you
just
never
like
know.
a straight metalhead, just like tattoos on her back and stuff.
It's like, she's like little grandma by day, thrasher by night.
Like, there you
Yeah.
go.
Now, before I do this, I guess you let Don give his part.
Well, I mean, fuck, I'm the odd man out. I listen to rap.
I don't mind rap. I like it.
Not all of it. Like some of it, like when it's all about let's go,
It depends on what it is.
I like-
Yeah,
let's
I
go
like-
smoke dope and bang
I'm
chicks.
kinda like
Nah.
I'm kind of like with you with Eminem, but
Okay.
there is a lot of rap I don't like. But
Yeah,
it does,
there's complete different
It's-
sections of rap.
Yeah, you've got, the main stuff, such as Lil Wayne,
Which it's called crap.
pretty
yeah,
much.
basically.
And then you got like who are the people that do no handlebars or handlebars?
I don't
Starts with
remember
F.
the name.
Fort Minor.
no,
they
those
do-
guys
yeah,
do,
they do what's it called, but
Uh,
they're also
they
a good
do
one.
Remember Name.
Yeah,
Remember the name. I don't know who did Handlebars. I'm trying to think of
That's
other
other rap I like.
Who else was there that's really popular for no apparent reason?
Is
Well, I
Pitbull
think-
considered rap?
Oddly
Who?
enough, Pitbull.
Pitbull.
Yeah.
I don't.
it's
think
more
it
like
is.
hip hop.
I think
I
it
think-
is.
yeah, probably
It's more like Latin hop.
Yeah, probably Latin hip hop or something like that. I don't know. I'm really racking my brain trying to think of modern rappers.
Well,
There's
I
too
mean,
many.
But like,
There's
legit
more
rap.
underground.
Yeah,
there's
there's
more
definitely a
underground
lot.
stuff
What's the?
doesn't really get known.
He's not mainstream, but he's kind of lower. He's albino Muslim black rapper. What's his name?
Oh, I think I know. He usually has like the white eyes.
Yeah,
Husband.
Hobson,
Hudson.
he's.
Yeah.
I like his stuff.
Yeah,
he's
Huston's
like
great.
he's very like
Hobson, Tech Nine, and people like that.
they actually have a meaning behind their songs, which some
Yeah.
people like going back to the middle part. People are like, oh, this is stupid. If you go listen to an acoustic version, they're talking about cancer, people dying, and all this
Plus,
world
you
stuff.
get a lot of people that listen to the beat. A lot of it.
Yeah,
Most of the time.
I've always found it kind of annoying when people are like talk about how deep a song is and the message and all that. I've always been kind of a I've always been kind of a beat kind of guy. I've never really cared about like inner messages and stuff.
I always look for lyrics and beats, depending on what I'm expecting. You're not going to go into like a dance song expecting lyrics.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm
Like,
just saying though.
Oh, I'm expecting real deep lyrics from this electronic music.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
dubstep. Oh man.
Around the world, man.
Oh
That's
man.
deep.
But first, let me take a selfie. It has such deep lyrics.
Oh god,
That was a terrible song.
selfie. What is that? Is that the one you're talking
Let me take a
about?
selfie.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was terrible.
well,
I remember my friend showed me that, and he was just all dancing to it. It's like, you gotta listen to it.
They played it at
what was that
homecoming.
song? I think it came out around the same time. What was that one song that had? God, I can't remember his name now. Dre or something like that.
The motto, you only live once.
No, not Dre. God, the guy's famous mostly for shouting what?
Little John.
Little John.
Little John, yeah. That,
Turn down for what?
yeah,
Turn
that.
down for what?
It's just, God, Lee, that was so stupid.
I worked at a special needs camp during the summer, and that was like that's like the camp song because it's just loud music and heavy beats get the kids
Yeah.
going around. It's just like
Have you seen the music video?
no, don't want to.
They don't really care.
Don't.
Continuing.
How you doing?
Let's see.
Hang on a
So-
sec. Let's kind of stop for a sec.
Yeah, no, we know figure it out.
Well, I guess from
Everyone's
I had to
dying
get
over
that
here.
out of my system. That has been bugging me.
Let's like break down into like the actual components of music. It's like big music theory and all that. I'm actually got orchestra tomorrow. It's just like
Okay. You guys, we can start up again. I just wanted to get that out of my
Yeah.
system.
But usually for rap, it's a lot of the underground people, such as like New Javas. Can't remember what this other guy was. Who did?
Just curious. Just curious. You guys even remember like the days when rap was like considered to be actually dangerous, like legit dangerous?
Like when it was associated with criminals.
Like
yeah,
Tupac.
basically Tupac and all that.
Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah, it was during that time. Was when it was
it's like
really
every other
dangerous.
song
Early,
released of all
like
time
late '80s,
shot up.
early '90s.
But have you noticed some of those guys from that time? I don't know if this guy went that far back, but he was kind of in that. He was kind of in the middle of the '90s when he started up. I don't know really when he got big, but isn't it kind of funny how Snoop Dogg went from being this dangerous gangster rapper to basically?
I don't think he ever really.
He never was.
He really wasn't, but I'm just saying he kind of had this persona of being kind of this tough rapper, and now he's basically everybody's favorite uncle.
No, basically, I was actually
I don't think anyone really saw Snoop Dogg as intimidating.
no.
I don't
He was too high to be intimidating.
I'm just saying though, there was like controversies over his music. There was people who, of course, you had the people who were like, it's bad for the youth and all that. Those
Well, that's
crazy
any
people.
song.
Like seriously, that's anybody. It's like you got the moms that are like no heavy metal today when it's actually just like now like the newest heavy metal
Yeah.
is more like cry rock because they just whine.
Pretty much.
Now, okay, what I was saying is, I just find it funny that the guy, Snoop Dogg was, very different from where he wound up.
He was. He went from wanting to be dangerous to being Jamaican, but
Didn't he? Wasn't he hosting?
Snoop Lion.
Wasn't he hosting the Nickelodeon's Kids Choice Awards?
He was. He did. He actually hosted that once. But seriously, the only thing I think that can make Tupac tough at all. I think nobody can see my quotations.
Wait, we were talking about Snoop Dogg.
Did I say Snoop Lion?
Oh, you said Tupac.
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 Snoop. Oh, Snoop Dogg. Sorry, I was thinking of Tough. Yeah, it's probably like his brother getting killed because his brother wanted to be a rapper too. Anybody heard that story?
Oh, I
No.
didn't hear that story.
Yeah, it was like when he first started. He was being a rapper, and his brother tried being a rapper and got shot.
Jeez. Now, kind of a thing. This is just something funny that popped up in my head, which is weird that it pops up in my head right after you said that. But it's funny to think about like the perceptions of certain artists. Like, I know he kind of made it his career, but I just find it funny that there's like two different versions of the white rapper. There's basically Eminem, and then there's Vanilla Ice. I know there's more than that. I know there's more white rappers than
there's
that.
like Whitey Ford.
There's Malcolm.
Malcolm
Moore.
What was Limp Bizkit?
Does Limp Bizkit even count?
I don't think
They
so.
were more like
Punk.
punk,
Yeah.
kind of punk
Okay.
rap kind of stuff.
Anybody can rap.
And plus, how do you make me think of Fred Durst in the same sentence as Eminem? Anyway, one thing a lot of people can't seem to be able to differentiate, and me included, I've always had a hard time differentiating one from the other. What is really the difference between rap and hip hop?
I don't know.
I think hip hop is more of a dance beat. That's what I've also heard.
Well, hip hop, it's like rap is what people go down the street to, but hip hop be like rappers that are at like parties that people are dancing to their songs. Like, you know, the like, have you ever heard of the WAP?
No.
WAP. It's a rapper, but he's a hip hop because he does a bunch of dance songs.
Okay, so basically, it pretty much like Pitbull. That's the one I'm mostly familiar
Pitbull
with.
is, yeah, I would say Pitbull's hip hop because he's more going to play at clubs, like, because there's two types. Like, if you play at a club and
I
people
mean,
are
if you also
dancing,
look what
it's
hip hop
kinda-
like associated with, like Lady Gaga and Katy Perry and stuff like that.
No, they're more pop. Like, there's a
Or like
Yeah,
different.
they're straight up
Hip-
pop. I mean, I
Pop
don't,
is more
okay.
like.
I don't
let
know
me-
about the second one. Lady Gaga is definitely pop.
Okay.
No, they're more like pop because pop is like there's a difference between hip hop and pop because hip hop is
Well,
rappers dancing at a club and
I-
pop's like the girls with the big like electronic sounds wearing a little bit of clothes.
I think it's pretty apparent what the difference is between hip hop and pop is. Although pop has kind of became this amalgamation of everything conceivable, just all mushed into one gelatinous cube. Just,
Gelatinous cube.
It's just all shoved into one thing, and basically it's screaming. It's like just so packed full of
it's
shit.
going everywhere.
Speaking about screaming, I mean, Japan's all about pop, and they made a metal band called Baby Metal, which is pop with metal.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
It's literally
It's a
heavy
real
metal.
thing. I can bring it
metal
up if
pop.
y'all want to watch this atrocity.
Well,
Um,
on that note, there was some. Since none of you guys know who Airborne is, and this would transition into more rock and metal stuff, I'm actually going to play a song from Airborne. Now, we're probably going to edit this out because of copyrights, but I just want you guys to hear this. And the main complaint of Airborne is they sound like AC/DC, and they do. I've played
it's
some
really fun.
for you, so you've heard it before. So that's the main complaint, is they sound too much like AC/DC. Personally, I think of it as, how's that a bad thing? Anyway, here's one of their songs, Hard Way, I believe. Oh shit. I have the volume turned off.
Well, good job, sir.
Oh man, that sounds beautiful.
Okay, alright.
I like the silence. Oh yeah, the guitar already sounds like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right off the bat.
Now it's up to the vocalist. The drums,
No, the
the
vocalist
guitar and
at
the
all.
bass and drums already. Yep.
Yeah,
Right off the bat.
So I didn't
Sound
need to
like-
be that loud.
they do.
It's just like a carbon copy.
Yeah.
Considering rock has kind of became a wasteland of. Well, actually, let me say that. Let me say that after this. But yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the Gibson show. That's their guitars.
I really enjoy the music. This is basically, you know,
Better than
rock-
Nickelback.
Yeah.
better than
Anything
Anything's better than Nickelback.
But one thing though that the kind of one thing that they did was kind of okay. Anyway, we might as well start. So basically, you guys. It's okay. So basically, you guys occur with that theory that they're too much like AC/DC.
Yeah.
You notice it right off the bat.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
hard
but
drum and
they
the
said it
singer.
themselves. They
Yeah.
said it themselves that
That's
their
their
main
inspiration,
is
yeah.
AC/DC. But one of the things though why I like it so much is rock music today is kind of a barren wasteland, and this is really something that kind of made rock kind of awesome again. Granted, it didn't do much for like chart success or anything like that. Basically, I don't even know where these guys are currently. Like, I don't even know if they're still around. But it was like kind of this blast of fresh air out of the wasteland that was modern rock.
So it made you feel like, oh, they're back. Like, I like that song.
It just kind of, not really that song particularly, but there's one song where it just felt like they just jammed a needle full of adrenaline into the neck of rock and roll, and it's kind of like,
Spiced it up.
yeah, it just sometimes I kind of want rock to kind of go back to that mentality of, drugs, sex, and rock and roll.
Yeah, don't mess with me or I'll mess with you.
It's just the whole
Big electric guitars.
big
And
electric
waves.
guitars. Basically, we're going
Big hair.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
also speaking of rock, you heard what happened to most bands like Metallica going into dubstep, and Korn even also being part of this.
dear
too.
God.
Dude,
no.
Korn went into a Skillet one where they were having their heavy metal. It was Korn and Skillet. Korn feat Skillet. Honestly, I kind of enjoyed. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it was like
It's
the
not
Korn
what
song.
Korn is.
Yeah.
It's not heavy metal.
It wasn't. It
Or, well,
didn't, didn't
really.
sound like Korn. No.
But yeah, a lot of the bands are going into this.
It's more.
Dubstep.
It's not just the band. It's more of the record labels making them go to that. Because whatever gets the most views at the time, record labels want them to go to that.
Because that's like a producer, and music producers like, okay, the band needs to do this, this, and this, and do this sound because everybody likes this sound, so that has to be in their song somewhere. And so basically, in the recording studio, which is kind of a cool place to be, producers rule the land.
Now, this might be an unpopular opinion, but honestly, I can't really listen to Metallica anymore. I felt like basically producers have castrated them.
After
Oh, yeah.
the Black Album, yeah.
Oh god, there was this one song that just pissed me off so much back in, I think it was 2004.
Well,
This-
there's your problem there. You don't listen to
2004.
them in 2004.
I'm just saying though, there was one song that just came out, and I think it was just called Anger or something like that.
Did it make you angry?
Yes,
Then the song worked probably.
it just was so
Bland.
shit. I don't know how to describe it. It was so bad. It's just from a lyrical standpoint, it's terrible. From just, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, metal's nothing but people flashing guitars and banging drums." That is literally what this was. It was just constant noise, and I just couldn't believe that this was.
How many
Metallica.
albums in 04 were actually good?
In my
What?
opinion, American Idiot.
In 2004,
Yeah.
I have no, I can't think of one.
Didn't Gorillaz?
No, you're thinking 2005.
Oh, 2005? Okay.
2005 had Demon Day, and
My favorite band, American Idiot. Well, Green Day had American Idiot.
is that really your favorite album? from
No,
them?
no, it's not my favorite
Oh,
album,
okay.
but it's my favorite band, so.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll forgive you for that. I guess we might as well go from there. Like, we might as well jump genre. So favorite rock band,
Rock band.
I don't
Oh.
know.
metal band, or we're just throwing it all together. Metal,
Oh,
rock,
man.
whatever.
Like,
There's black and green.
Or maybe we should do it separate.
because my rock band is gonna be more classic metal than rock. Because I was gonna go with either Iron Maiden or Dio.
Iron Dio. That's jeez.
You know what happened to
I'm tempted to just
That's
go with
in
Dio.
rock.
Well,
I mean,
what-
if we're going to pure metal, like actual metal, I don't know.
Well, what I was curious, whatever happened to singers like that? Like, what happened to their old sounding, like, no rock bands ever really do that anymore.
What are you talking
I
about?
don't know.
sound like
They
Dio
went
or-
more power metal is
Yeah.
what that genre went to,
Well,
where they
our-
try to go faster with it, and then they try to go
speed metal, like, you know.
Yeah, it's
I
more
thought you- I
speedish,
thought
but
you
it's
were meaning
still
like
called
more-
power metal.
I thought you were talking about more like force in the voice.
Yeah, that is.
Like
yeah,
that.
I don't really hear that much.
You have to look in the power metal section.
Yeah.
That's the genre they got kind of put into.
So basically, you won't see it unless you dig.
Yeah, you have to dig.
Okay.
Okay.
Which I think is kind of a shame that to find the good music, you just have to dig.
Yeah, I
Best
mean
stuff
that's
is bottom.
that's everything.
Yeah, that's.
And
now
I mean,
that-
whenever a band's not labeled, they don't have to be restricted.
Yeah.
I mean, they have less production quality, but more than likely they're doing what they want
Well,
to do.
But basically, getting on a label and all that, that's just to help with penetration, right? So you could get. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
That is. So you would odds are have more radio play and all that, right?
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean, that's when a band actually gets radio play.
Is when they
That's
get
when they are starting to get, strangled and manipulated into doing other stuff that they don't want to do.
so I'm not crazy for not listening to the radio.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Producers.
Producers, man, they kill music.
Now, one thing.
Oh
one
no, it's
thing
not really
I-
producers. It's the music community.
Yeah.
Because I mean, most of the people who listen to music, they listen to more popular stuff that you see on YouTube, like this
Gaming
hip hop
style.
and shit. Yeah, and then people, producers are like, well, that's what gets money. We need money to keep you guys going, so you have to start making music like this.
Hey, Don, scoot the mic closer to the rock, just a little bit.
We're right in
I
the middle.
mean, some bands that don't have to really do that are like cult bands, like Rush and all that, have like a huge cult behind them. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
They will, man.
That just reminds me. There's like this kind of. I'm sure everybody has this kind of that list of bands they don't hate, but they just don't give a shit about. Rush is one of those for me. Rush, Boston, Journey, Chicago. I don't even know what
About
the fuck
Kansas?
Chicago is.
I mean,
If you say a city, I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
Kansas.
But Chicago,
That's not
I
great
never
anymore.
cared for. I just never did. Those bands were due. Genesis used to be on that list for me, but after actually listening to Genesis, I actually started to like them.
Yeah, it was the same with me and Iron Maiden. I heard of them and I was like, yeah, I mean, I get them. Then I started listening to them, more of their songs. I was like, yeah, I really like this band.
Like with me, I was the same with Iron Maiden. I had to get past Running for the Hills or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just like I heard that, I'm like, really, this is it? This is
No,
that's
but
Iron Maiden.
there's so much more.
Yeah, I had to start digging deeper in.
You know, the one band that sits there on my list that I do not care about, I don't know what people are going to say about this one, is Dream Theater.
Never heard of them.
It's a good thing.
So you kind of have more of a
I'm
grasp on what's out there like now.
No, Dream
They
Theater is
waited.
80s and 90s.
Oh really?
They
I've
were
never
the
heard of
start.
them.
They were the start of progressive rock.
I've never heard of them.
They were terrible, so don't listen.
Okay. Maybe that's why I've never heard of them.
They are like they like they were like not good.
It's basically they were shit.
Mm-hmm.
We might. Okay, before we get into that, that might be a category for later. I guess. Do you even listen to rock? I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Small amount. I usually listen to what he listens to.
Okay, so what would you say on favorite rock band? And we're saying rock, metal.
Well, the only one I really listen to in the car at the moment is Korn. So that's probably
No, that's like NU metal.
yeah.
New metal.
Yeah,
New.
and it's new.
Yeah, I figured what I knew what you meant, but it was this.
New-
I never heard anybody call it NU metal.
Well, that's
This
how it's
is- yeah.
spelled. It's pronounced.
but it's capital N and U,
It's
and then
ba-
metal.
It's like new metal.
Bullshit way of spelling,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it's basically like new metal is then it's like 90s to early 2000s, where they're based off of.
We're talking
like,
about 90s where everything had a Z on the end of it.
Yeah, pretty much, like, cause like that's basically groove rock and roll. Like they're based off of like beats and riffs like that would continue throughout the song.
You say that, I thought in a second you said that, I thought Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're more funk rock, but
They're kind of.
but that's just what popped in my head.
Yeah, like I guess punk rock is
Yeah,
all around there.
they're really like really into the jazz.
Higher Ground, by the way, is one of my favorite songs ever.
Yeah, that thing. Like new metal's like Rise Against the Machine and early Linkin Park.
Yeah.
And Disturbed and stuff like that.
Yeah, the guys that have that that distinctive riff that you hear that goes throughout the majority of the song. That you're like, I know that riff.
Oh. Now this is kind of weird when I think of favorite bands. This is kind of weird when I think of favorite bands, just because I kind of have to differentiate it for myself. What do I think is what is the greatest band, and who is my favorite band? Because if I say honestly, greatest rock band would be like Beatles or The Who or something like that. But favorite band for me, and it's just because I've listened to them since I was a kid.
You're about to start an argument, sir.
Huh?
By saying who your favorite bands are, or the best band. Some
Oh.
people disagree.
Oh, okay. If they disagree, fine. There's people who think The Who are the greatest band of all time. People who think the Beatles are. Some
Beatles.
people think the Rolling Stones are.
Mm.
I personally say The Who. You say who?
No, I said Beatles.
No,
I said you.
We're
I don't
about to
like
get in
Rolling
a
Stones.
Abbott and Costello routine here. Anyway, my favorite band, just because I grew up on them, I've listened to them basically since I was as early as I could listen to something. AC/DC. I was raised on AC/DC. That's basically what scoped my taste in music. And that's probably why I like Airborne so much.
I was raised on like Bon Jovi and all that because that's.
Bon Jovi.
My dad was the guy into hair metal.
Bon Jovi ain't
Bon
bad.
Jovi.
There's just like weird songs with Don. There was Lowrider, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I know he listened to.
Lowrider
Does
is the
anybody-
song. Wars the band.
That's it. I was about to ask if anybody knows the name of the
Yeah.
band. Yeah, okay.
W.A.R.
Because poor literacy is cool.
Yeah.
It's like how. God, I'm trying to think of all of like the bands that their names are spelled such ridiculous ways. Then there's just bands that with stupid names like Fun.
F.U.N. F is for friends.
I just no. All I saw was like on their cover of one of Fun's albums. I noticed that it's all lowercase with period. I don't know why that jumped out at me.
Don't. Yeah, that's like. I don't like them at all.
I got a few songs I like. I'm not like a big fan. Or anything.
Yeah, there's like one song I like from him, and that is "Tonight We Are Young." Anything else? No.
That's
the only song I like.
I've never really cared for that song.
It's the only one.
I like Some Nights. I really like that song.
Carol plays that too much.
Do what?
Carol plays that too much.
Oh, so okay, so you're sick. Okay, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I just really enjoyed the song, but that's me. When it comes to like, and I've always thrown them more in a pop genre, but like with pop music, I'm always a song by song kind of person. I don't really follow many pop artists.
There's a good song here and there, but
And by the way, I've been eviscerated for this on online before because people have told me I should rot in hell because I don't hate Bad Romance by Lady Gaga.
I don't hate that either. That actually reminds me of a story. I'm a high school marching band. It was my freshman year. It was the first time I ever played, was marching.
Yeah.
And it's my very first marching show ever, and I had to play a solo, and the solo was Bad Romance.
Oh God.
And I was like, raw.
I just remember though when somebody tried to make a joke about it, and I had no idea what the hell they were talking about, so I had to actually look up the song. But I just remember so many people making jokes to that, and I never could understand what the jokes
Like,
were.
what type of meat does Lady Gaga like? Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, I never got that joke until I actually found the song.
Honestly, I don't like want to listen to Lady Gaga all the time. I don't hate Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I'm about the same way. I don't hate her. I'm just
Prefer
I'm
other
not,
things.
Yeah,
It's just
prefer
there.
other things.
It's there. It's like, I'll listen to that every once in a while.
My
but-
neighbor absolutely adores the song. What is it called? "Born This Way."
'Cause I was born. I played that
I-
song too.
Can't stand that song.
It's
it
one
has
for
not-
overplayed ones.
It's not even that. I don't hear it a whole lot. I don't listen to the radio, so it's.
Well, if you have a sister, you end up hearing it almost every day.
Oh, okay. But I don't know. I prefer the Dragon Ball Z abridged parody.
You want to start on
Ball This Way.
parodies? Because parodies are kind of like some of my favorite stuff to listen to.
Where Weird Al.
Weird.
Al Yankovic,
I
yeah.
I actually enjoy him. Like, one of my first songs I ever heard of him was "The Night Santa Claus Went Crazy."
Mine was probably Yoda.
I think me and Rob was a sad one when he got like really, really, really out there, which was White and Nerdy.
White
That was
Nerdy,
because
that's
our cousin would sit there and sing it every fucking day.
Dude, you know what was
Well,
really
that
crazy
song,
about? He was pretty twisted in "The Night Santa Claus Went Crazy" because there's a lyric in there where he torches Rudolph, lights him on fire, and then eats him. It's like,
It's a parody. It's trying to get attention.
it was like, whoa.
Wait, I'm just okay. Yeah, obviously. Is it like a direct parody of any song, or is it just
A parody would be like you take.
No, I know what a parody
Yeah.
is. I didn't mean to cut you off like that, but I know what a parody is. I'm just trying to figure out what is that a parody of. Like
What?
The
Never
song
mind.
or-
the actual song. I get like the subject matter
You know,
and all that, but it's
I
just
have honestly, I can't find the parody of it.
I don't-
I can't find the real version of it.
Oh, now most people I talk to, they only know Weird Al Yankovic's parody songs. Not a whole lot of them actually know his original songs. And
That might be one of his original.
there's one that I can't remember. I just remember the stupid music video where it's just this animated cat. I can't remember what it was. It was just a really funny song. I just can't remember it.
He's had actually a lot of controversy over his songs, like Amish Paradise.
Really?
Dude, no, like
He actually had controversy over Weird Al Yankovic.
the guy that wrote Gangster's Paradise. I don't remember who.
Coolio or something like that.
Yeah, was going to sue Weird Al, but because he didn't like where the song went out, but he already signed the rights for him to do the parody.
Coolio.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I didn't
he
even hear you. I'm sorry.
so he couldn't do anything about it, but he protested the song when the song first came out. It was pretty funny.
Well, before we get off further, we might as well bring it back. What other genres do you guys like? Because, like I said, there's not a whole lot of genres. I
Well,
hate.
where do gorillas sit at exactly?
I think gorillas sit at more an alternative. They're not set one style.
Yeah.
Because I would classify them as like alternative rock or something, because they go from like a little rocky to then you got Clint Eastwood with the rap in there. Because
Like I said before, there's like a world of difference between songs like "Do Your Thing" and "Rehash."
yeah, I think they go under alternative, which I actually do enjoy alternative, but alternative is a wide spread because, what is it? Sum 41 is classified as alternative. Linkin Park is alternative now. Avenged Sevenfold is alternative metal. Oh, now I know what fun is. I remember I was looking at a list of alternative. Fun is alternative.
Okay. I always threw them in pop, but that works.
Yeah.
What about? Are you familiar with? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this guy's name or stage name or whatever the hell it is. Gotia
Oh, Gaiote.
Gayote.
Gaiote. Yeah.
I never could figure out how to pronounce that guy's name.
It's so strange, but he had one good song. He's one of those one-hit wonders. He
Which
had,
is a shame because he has really good music.
yeah, he's a one-hit wonder.
There's actually a lot of bands that are usually like one hit wonders most of the time.
Well, like,
I
Most
find
of the
it
most
sad.
famous songs are one-hit
To
wonders.
be honest, I find it just depressing that, how do you pronounce it?
Gaiote.
Gayote? I think it's depressing that that guy's probably going to be remembered as one hit wonder.
He had a good like singing voice, but no, like one-hit wonders are like the saddest thing. Like, who knows any other song from Imagine Dragons? They have Radioactive, and then it's just like
Never heard of him. But,
they had one song. They're one-hit
I
wonder.
mean, then there's bands where they say they're a one hit wonder. We're going to have to stop for a second. I gotta go to the restroom.
I was wondering why you're rocking back and forth all the time. Alright, well, I'm gonna pause here then and make it a two-parter.
Alright, so where do we go from here? I guess another genre.
Sorry from the bottom. Now we're here.
Let's go with the most popular genre, dubstep.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's gonna get there. Might as well get it out of the
okay.
way.
See, I don't mind electronic music, but this kind of electronic music where it's just loud and sporadic and doesn't really go anywhere, I don't really like it.
Just
That's
constant
what's
noise.
kind of the kind of funny thing that I always find about it is people
I know,
always
like-
say, about metal, oh, it's there's yelling, and then this is just gutter step crap.
And then like, I'm a fan of metal. I'm a fan of rock and roll. I'm a fan of punk. Fan of alternative. I'm a fan of dubstep. I do like dubstep.
Okay, well that's fine. I think
I'm waiting for
I
the
don't
hate.
know about
I'm waiting for the hate.
Rob. I don't know about Rob, but well, actually, I really can't remember on you. But at least two of us here has a strong disdain for it.
Well, I mean, it also depends on the artist, because a lot of artists sound very similar. Especially the most overrated artist, Skrillex.
You know, I really don't like him.
Who?
Skrillex. There's his one dubstep. It was a Hitler dubstep song. It starts off with like a war march, and it just like it's actually really crazy.
I think with me, my thing against it just comes from oversaturation, because I literally hear it everywhere. Like, well, okay, if you don't spend as much time on the internet like I do,
No, I hear it everywhere.
yeah, it's
You
Every
hear cars driving by people, you hear people listening with their headphones, you see it everywhere.
everybody who does
commercials.
video game shows on YouTube, they all use dubstep and like
Uh,
intros and stuff like that.
that type of stuff I don't like. There's
Game, video game trailers, movie trailers. I'm sorry, go ahead.
like rap. There's every genre has the underground stuff that didn't make it popular. Which, if you listen to like that type of dubstep, it's actually really enjoyable because it's not.
Like the most dubstep I can listen to is probably Chill Step.
I
That's at most.
I've had always a hard time. Maybe you can kind of straighten this out. I've always had a hard time differentiating, like, to other people, trying to explain the difference between like dubstep or something like Daft Punk.
Daft Punk
It's just like electronic.
is like
Electronica. That's all what I've
Yeah.
always called it.
it's like there's techno, electronic,
Dance, trap, bunch of other.
and then
kinds.
bass and drum, which is only a
House,
bass and a drum.
yeah.
You know?
But keep in mind, the majority of people I talk to don't know anything about music. They just
Yeah.
think it's all.
Well, the thing is, I'm one of those people that I like things that sound angry, that are heavy, that that sound violent. 'Cause I'm not a violent person, but I like violent sounds. Don't know.
Yeah, kind of likes the person who likes violent movies,
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah, I like violent movies. There's something about I like
music
that.
that's more motivating, I guess. Like it gets you, let's say moving, but
Get you awake.
yeah,
Just going on what you said, it's just
it's hype. There we go.
It's just kind of a expression of some kind of emotion. That's the reason why I can't stand most country songs, because it's just
I miss my dog.
it's complacence basically.
Yeah,
Dude.
it's like background music after like a song.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I
Well,
heard this one.
Well, you hear it
there.
over like in IHOP, you hear it in Denny's, you hear it in
Yeah, it's
Crackle
just like
Barrel,
this-
and you're just like,
It's just this background stuff that
Dude,
not really
the one
doing
thing
anything.
I've always said about country, if you play it backwards, you get your dog back, you get your wife back, you get your kid back, and you're sober. If you played them backwards.
Now, I guess I should say this. I grew up on country music, so I am a country music fan. I totally agree with you, though. Country music can get so fucking repetitive.
Some of them have like a spot. Like I like the song "Sissy Song" because when my grandma died, that was like the song. Remember when was when my grandpa died? Like those songs have emotional attached. Or like when I was in 6th grade, there was a girl that died in my class. They played the "Sissy Song." So it's kind of like some have like an emotional connection.
Now, like I said, I love country music, but what I don't love
Is repetitive.
is when it's repetitive, because it doesn't take a whole lot to make a top hit song or whatever. Hit country song. It doesn't take a whole lot to write a hit country
Which is
song.
another thing, like music getting repetitive, which is why I don't like to listen to albums so much to say, because you're listening to this one band for an hour straight most of the time.
It depends.
And it's just like halfway through that album, you're like, yeah, I really like these songs, a couple of them, but then it's just like the other ones are just background music, and you can't.
I'm
really get
this
into it.
kind of person. There, how I see it. Like I'm gonna just use the Beatles as an example. The Beatles are one of those bands where I can put on an album, and like if it's there, I'm okay with it. I can have it like in one ear, in my head, and be doing stuff. Like it's just because I'm a big fan of Beatles, so it's like nothing I really. There's like one or two songs that I'm like the love song of Ballad of
I
Yoko,
think
John and stuff.
Beatles gets kind of a bad reputation for doing nothing but lily mouth love songs. They've done a lot of rockin' songs, kind of like how Elton John kind of gets stereotyped for doing only like love songs and stuff like that.
Like I actually enjoyed the Beatles. And some of my favorite parts is like they write about murder and all that, and it's just kind of
But they kind of deliver in a way where a lot of people won't notice it.
like Maxwell's silver hammer brought down his hammer on you. Now you're gone.
One of my favorite songs, it's probably one of the most simple songs, but one of my favorite songs from them is Come Together.
Yeah, it's actually one of my first songs I learned on bass guitar.
Unfortunately, the first version I ever heard of that song was the Aerosmith version. I say unfortunately, but it's not bad. It's just not as good.
Yeah, actually, like that song is like the guitar, the rhythmic part that John plays is he strums two strings. He strums the A string and the E string, the A string, E string, and then the D string, and that's all he does that whole song.
We kind of left those two out of the code, didn't we?
no, good.
Alright, well anyway, the one thing I wanted to talk about, it was the notion of the one-hit wonder. Because a lot of times bands are looked at, or artists are looked at as one-hit wonders, even if they don't technically, like Men with No Hats is looked as a one-hit wonder because of Safety Dance. But they've had another hit. They had, it wasn't in America, but they did have another hit, Pop Goes the World. A lot of bands, I get a lot of people don't count it unless it charted in America, but there's so many bands. It's the definition of one hit wonder is so misused.
Misconceived.
Yeah.
No, like
I guess it depends on your personal definition of one hit wonder.
yeah.
I'm trying to think the most recent
So
one I think was
mix a lot
Foster.
with-
Yeah, the
What?
Fosters, they were a big one-hit wonder. Imagine Dragons, I think, is the newest, most up-to-date one-hit wonder. Because last year, they came out with a song called Radioactive, and nothing else has touched the
Now,
charts.
There's some bands I really think deserved to have more hits, and I would definitely think it would have been better if they stuck around. Some groups, though, I didn't even know were still around, like Chumbawamba. They're not around anymore, but they were around for 30 years. I knew them from like 98. I didn't know they were still around until like 2008. or 2012, whenever they officially broke up. But
You know what band's still together?
what?
What are the people that do Don't Fear the Reaper?
Oh, Blue Oyster Cult.
They're still together.
Holy
They played
shit.
this summer in San Antonio.
Damn. I
Yeah,
had no idea they were
all
still-
original members.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
I love Blue Oyster Cult. They're one of my favorite bands, but
They're still together.
I did not know that.
And they
That is so rare.
They were here in San Antonio
It's,
2 weeks
especially-
after 4th of July.
Now they're from the '60s, right?
Mhm.
'60s. That is amazing that they're
They
still
were
all
all
around.
original.
I mean, shit. I mean, a lot of people expected Angus Young to die off years ago, but like AC/DC,
Or the lead guitarist from U2. Expected him to die first, but he's still alive.
like AC/DC, they've gone through their band members. But a lot of people are surprised that Bon Scott and not Bon Scott. Bon Scott's obviously dead. No, Malcolm. That's what I'm thinking of. Malcolm Young and Angus Young. Most people are surprised to know that they're still alive. Which is funny because they kind of been known for taking care of themselves.
Beatles.
People are playing right now.
Love song.
No,
It's just so weird to think a band from the '60s, all original members are still around.
that's really hard to see in any band.
Yeah.
They were all original members in San Antonio this summer, the last summer.
I mean, they might have had a get together like after a hiatus, possibly.
They did a national tour. They've been on for like 2 years now. Yeah, like it's not every other weekend. It's like
No, of course. Yeah.
once a month. And both bodies can't survive multiple shifts.
Yeah. I remember hearing about Aerosmith went on a world tour, and I think it was the world tour. I could be wrong. It could be it could have been an American tour for all I
I
know.
think they did a world tour not so long ago.
Is that the one where he like broke his arm?
Somewhere around there.
Steven Tyler broke his arm, like he fell off stage or something like that. And I just remember that thinking, you're done. Just stop. By the way, I think Aerosmith should have stopped after 85.
I'm on the same page with you. My little brother, he's 14, and that's his favorite band. I'm like,
Well, look, their early stuff is really good. It's just when you get to, I don't know, Pink is okay. That's an okay song. But when you get into other ones like, I'm trying to remember some of their stuff from the 90s. Pink was from 98. But they had such shitty songs in the 90s. I think they even did that cover of, oh god, what is it? They did a cover of this love song and it just sounded so terrible.
Yep.
What
Speaking
was
of
it?
like, we're talking about bands that are still going on today that are like from the 80s and all that.
like, what bands do you think are gonna stay the longest? Like,
That are new. Yeah.
that are new?
I leave it to y'all because I don't know that many new bands.
The
I
band.
don't know either.
Like, I seriously think
It has to be a rock band.
I can't believe
These-
Limp Bizkit's
these-
still around.
I think Avenged Sevenfold's gonna stay together the longest. They've lost the drummer because
Yeah.
he died, but they've been going strong since 2001, 2002, something like that. And they haven't dropped the hiatus. They're still touring. They're big. I think they're the newest cult band too. Because they have a very strong fan base. Like, I don't know. They're more into their fans. Because I had a friend that lost. Every day he wore Avenged Sevenfold. He Avenged Sevenfold stuff. Just is like felt like he's part of a cult.
Now, one band that I can't believe a lot of people never heard of, and this doesn't really go to what you were saying. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any band that I could think of that would still be around for like 30 years. But I'm surprised nobody knows the band Steppenwolf.
Never heard.
Nope.
Born to Be Wild, come on.
Like Born to
Yeah.
Be Wild. That's like off like 03 NASCAR.
What's wrong? There ain't nothing wrong with Steppenwolf.
Well, getting back on topic, I guess I don't see like a metal band doing it. Maybe Lamb of God. I don't know. Not with the lead singer on attempted murder case, because some kid got up on stage and he like pushed him off, and the kid fell wrong and like broke his neck, and they sued him for attempted murder,
Well, that. Oh, yeah.
and he just got off. But,
I would get completely off topic with that one.
But I guess them, because they've been together forever now, like I believe 2000.
You know what band has been with each other for a very long time? Believe it or not, Green Day's been with each other since 1987. That's when Green Day started.
Jeez.
Yeah, they. Big fan. The whole band just turned 42, and they all started at 17.
Honestly, I was ready for the band just to self-implode after American Idiot.
No, they're still going. I actually, yeah, I guess the favorite band part of me is just like, oh, I like all their stuff.
Well, that's okay. I might shit on them, but you're like you're a fan of them. That's cool. I just never cared for them. I really did not like American Idiot. I just never did. I thought the songs were lame.
The only
Holiday was okay.
The only song I do not like off American Idiot. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. That is my friend. The only song off American Idiot I don't like is Homecoming, because they had Jesus Suburbia, which was an 8-minute song, and then they tried to do it again, another 8-minute song, and it's just like, you can't do that.
I can't stand it when people do songs over 5 minutes, because that's just like.
Well, that's like
you're
every
rushing it.
Metallica song.
Freebird? 12 minutes, sir.
And I'm not exactly. a
Dude,
big fan of
actually,
that
my
song.
favorite song, one of my favorite songs, is a 10-minute song called "Little Piece of Heaven" by In Sevenfold. Which
I think there's exceptions. Sorry.
Oh,
th-
right.
there is exceptions, like "Little Piece of Heaven." I really enjoy that song. It's a lot about murder.
I find a lot of metal bands do a lot of long songs for some reason.
Well, because
I
the
noticed-
middle's
yeah.
like riff driven, and they have the riffs going on.
I've noticed that a lot in like 70s rock. If you listen to the Doors, they got like almost all their songs are like 12 minutes.
But if you look at it before that, going to before the 70s, it's peanut man. Before the 70s, it's like 2.5 minutes, like every song. Like,
Now that I mentioned the Doors, I have one of their songs stuck in my head now. Not "Break On Through to the Other Side," but I think it's also the same album. I could be wrong.
But yeah, what do y'all enjoy? Like songs that are like 4 minutes plus, or songs that are quick, fast, and
I
like.
can listen to any song. I don't really care. It just has to be
If you
actually.
can keep me into it, I'm okay with the 10-minute like song. If they don't lose me, like if you lose me like at the 5-minute mark, I'm not gonna listen to the rest of the song.
Yeah.
Aren't the Pink Floyd songs also really long too?
Three
there are a lot
parts.
of them.
Yeah.
They got 3 parts to
The
them.
Wall.
They had to bring them all, part 1, 2, and 3.
Like I said, there's exceptions. I agree with AJ that you have to. If I'm not engaged, I'm not going to listen to it. There are exceptions where I said I wasn't like a big fan of Freebird. I still think it's a great song.
One of the best guitar solos out there I've ever heard. But yeah,
But no, I don't know. I'm kind of changing my mind on that one. That one's actually. I'm not a huge Leonard Skinner fan. I love this. They got a few songs I love, like
I like Simple Man.
Yeah.
Simple Man.
Man.
That's
Simple
what I was
Man's a
about to
really
say.
good song.
I was about to say Simple Man. That's one of my favorite songs.
I just learned that song on guitar the other day, so I was pretty happy.
It's just, but when you get in songs like, I don't know, Give Me 2 Steps or Give Me 3
Or
Steps or
ooh,
whatever.
that smell.
Yeah, that's where they kind of lose me. Although I'll give Me 3 Steps, I'll give that song a break because it kind of has a beat. It kind of a beat to it, so. Now, okay. I kind of wanted to go into this, but we kind of jumped away from it. One hit wonder band or artist that you think should have gotten more hits or should have had more chart success. That you just feel that should have gotten more recognition than they do.
I'm thinking, I'm going through all the ones I can think in my head, because most of the one-hit wonders I know about,
That's literally like the only really good song.
they
They're
should
one-hit
stick at
wonders.
one-hit wonders.
I think
They classify
like,
Bon
I
Jovi as
think-
a one-album wonder.
Aha could have. I felt like the world was a better place with Aha around.
What was theirs?
Take on Me.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah, that.
on me.
Um,
The 80s, middle 80s music like that is
Yeah.
the land of one-hit wonders.
Yeah,
80s is
basically.
the land of one-hit.
I Ran by Flock of Seagulls.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, not Flock of Seagulls. A Flock of Seagulls.
No, the guy, yeah, okay, 500 miles.
Oh.
I think they
What?
should.
500. Love
They
that
should
song.
have. They should have had more songs. If I think of any one-hit wonder that should have had better songs,
I would have liked it. I would have liked if. I'm trying to think of Delight. I'm trying to think of the name of that group. Delight. Did they Groove Is in the Heart? Everybody knows that song.
Nope.
Oh my God! Come on, that is a great song.
it's like sitting there. It's like, one-hit wonders.
I'm trying to think of some others. Then there's bands that there's a reason why they're one hit wonders, like Wild Cherries,
Or Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus. Anybody from the Wild Cherries? Play that funky music.
Oh,
Okay.
play that funky
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sorry, you
the
have, to,
only.
you have to name the song,
Name
not
the
the
song,
band.
bro.
Okay. Yeah, they're an example of. There's a reason why they're a one hit wonder. Right, one great song. That was about it.
Most of the pop one-hit wonders are
Ah.
really bad, and that's why did
Well,
Sir
okay,
like Sir Mix-a-Lot with "Baby Got Back."
that was a great song, but
Here we go.
that is a.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hon.
I love that song, but I'll admit it's stupid. But and you could look. I think Sir Mix-a-Lot did kind of deserve a little bit more credit.
You know, we're sitting there talking about like,
We gotta give him credit that he didn't want to be taken as like he didn't want to go down the serious
Yeah, it just
the
wanted,
serious
you know,
route.
be like
he wanted to be fun because
Yeah.
it's not all about
He-
being serious.
I think he came out like when did Baby Got Back come out? That was like '91, I think.
yeah, like really early.
That
Yeah,
was
I
like. No, I was thinking that he came too late. No, that was during the silly era of rap, like Ice Ice Baby and Can't Touch This and stuff like that. No
When
way, I
did
think
Just a Friend come out? I don't remember who did that.
Just a Friend. That sounds so familiar.
Uh,
I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what song.
I'm trying to remember the name of the guy.
One
Who did
band I
that?
think had potential, but they kind of blew it away because they kept trying to be serious and all that. And I think Alien Ant Farm had
They had
the
a chance.
potential.
If they didn't go serious, they could have been one of those comedic rock bands
Yeah.
that everybody would have
'cause
loved.
I really liked their cover of Smooth Criminal.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate that one, but
I enjoyed it.
It just Smooth Criminal just makes up for a kick-ass metal song.
It did. It had a perfect beat, and then it had actually really good lyrics. Like we,
I mean, and it's funny because they were proclaiming their like love of Michael Jackson in 2001, where nobody praised Michael Jackson. Nobody was a Michael Jackson fan back in 01.
And he passes away, and everyone's like, "Oh man, I really miss
applause
it."
and all that. Which, by the way, we're not going to really go into this, but isn't it kind of funny how no matter what the artist, they die, they become a legend.
Yeah.
Well, they had to make a movie off them first, then get the money off.
Well,
well, that's
That's
one guy-
any star, honestly.
oh, yeah, I mean,
Like, not many people knew, really, most of Robin Williams passes away. Oh my god,
Everybody
why'd he
goes
pass
nuts for it.
away?
that's why I didn't want to do a Robin Williams tribute show. I considered it, but it was just like, I like Robin Williams, but
But
I'm
there's-
not like a hardcore fan.
Yeah.
Speaking of one guy that is a legend and passed away, the legend of the psychedelic rock Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, I was about to mention
Yeah.
something about that.
Like, honestly,
Oh,
off a
but-
musical aspect, I know why he's voted the world's greatest guitar.
Yeah.
It's because there's a chord, the opening chord in Purple Haze. He invented that chord. He invented half the chords he used because
Yeah.
he made a whole genre. He
Yeah.
pretty much was the first
Talking
person to
about
use
people who
distortion.
deserve more chart success, and keep in mind, to me, chart success doesn't mean shit. It's just a number to go by. He's a one-hit wonder.
No, actually, did you know only one song of his ever made a top 25 in any nation
Yeah.
before he passed away, and that was his cover of
It was a cover of a Bob Dylan song.
Watchtower. It was the
Yeah.
only
Beyond,
song
Beyond the Watchtower.
that made it onto the top 25. He's
Yeah.
never had a hit.
Yeah, he is a one-hit wonder. Which, of course, that's complete bullshit. Because his
Voodoo Child. and all
What-
that
what
stuff.
he-
He's just underappreciated.
Mhm.
I don't even think he's looked at as one of the biggest legends in music history.
It's because
well-
you have to be.
chart
He's
success.
a soloist though,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's like they're hard for like a
Right.
musician soloist to get top charts because they're not. Listen to this catchy beat. They actually like their techno aspect of it. Some of the greatest rock people you know is soloists. You got Billy Sheehan, you got Victor Wooten. Those guys you probably have no clue who they are, but they're big. Billy Sheehan and Victor Wooten are some of the two best bass guitar players ever walked the earth, but they solo so they don't chart.
No, it's kind of a shame, but again, you can't really measure, you can't really measure what Jimi Hendrix contributed to the world of music just by chart success.
If you actually look at it, there was when he was I think right this is before he ever really had his own band. He was like 20,
Mhm.
and he walked on a Crush show. He hopped backstage with his guitar, walked out there, and there was this Crush song that was outrageously hard. That like the Eric Clapton could barely play at the time. Like
Yeah.
he was messing up on his own song. He went out there. I got a few Jimi Hendrix stories telling why he's amazing.
Yeah.
He went out there, played the song, and added to it, and he played the song behind his back and through his legs and with his teeth, and outplayed Eric Clapton on Eric Clapton's own guitar part. Or the Beatles came out with the album, one of their albums in 1967, and Jimi Hendrix, he knew the Beatles were going to come to his show. That was the day after the album release. So you know what he did? He got the album, and by the next night, him and his band learned the whole entire album and played the Beatles album to the Beatles one day after release.
I got something for you guys. I figured you guys would get a kick out of this. Okay, anybody here any form of a fan of Limp Bizkit?
Nope.
Thank God. Okay, I have a friend who was big into Limp Bizkit. He loved their songs, and to me, Limp Bizkit can be a guilty pleasure sometimes. Depends the song. If it's some garbage like Fate, then no. If it's something like My Generation, then maybe. I know they're complete. I know they suck, but sometimes it gets something where I'm like, I kind of like this. Then I remember some Biscuit. Then I feel bad.
What's
Anyway,
y'all's guilty pleasure song?
What?
What are y'all's guilty
I
pleasure
don't think
songs?
POD
Let me-
counts.
Let me say the story
No,
first,
Beauty's pretty
then
good.
we'll go
Yeah.
into that. Because
I've
that's
listened
kind of
to it a
interesting topic. Anyway, a friend of mine who's a big Limp Bizkit fan. Limp Bizkit was having a show in San Antonio. I think it was San Antonio. It might have been. No, it was Dallas. It was up in Dallas. And my friend won a contest, so he got front row ticket. And he went up there because one of the things is they do the whole mosh pit thing. He wanted to be the guy who jumps on stage and jumps into the pit. He did that, and Fred Durst kicked him right in the mouth, knocked out 3 of his teeth. He just walloped him, and he's like on the ground. He's just on the ground, like shaking, like he's like he didn't see it coming. Like he didn't even see his foot. He just got kicked. Like he didn't even see the foot coming or anything like that. So he's on the ground like, what the hell happened? He tastes the blood and all that. He gets back up and Fred Durst flips him off. Again, showing that Fred Durst is a douchebag.
Yeah.
Is he still a fan of Limp Bizkit?
No.
I can see why. No, like what?
No. He is. He just does not like Fred Durst. He thinks he's an asshole.
I would
Good
too.
reason.
I mean, it's like, huh, I have no teeth thanks to you.
It just- he's a prick. And apparently this has happened to a few people.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if any of them have been reported, or if anybody tried to like sue them or anything like that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. People
Or
are shot.
anybody tried to, file assault or something like that. I don't know if anybody did, but yeah, apparently a few people have gone through this. Because I mentioned it online once, and people were telling me stories about, basically their own stories about their friend who got like assaulted by him. Or one person actually said that he punched, like, one guy sent me a comment and said that Fred Durst punched me in the forehead. So apparently he's abusive to his fans.
It's like, oh, you like me.
Damn.
Right in the face.
But I think with my friend though, granted he was climbing on the stage, but there's no right to just kick the guy in the face.
Yeah, I mean, you like shove them off, like get them off the stage. I mean, if it's a closed stage where they have bodyguards and they don't want people
Yeah.
coming up on the stage.
I asked him where the bodyguards were, and like he didn't say anything. He just
It's like, nothing.
just got kicked and that was it.
Well, on a different note, why don't we talk about
Guilty pleasure
internet?
songs.
No, I'm just more like, what about internet bans?
I
So,
can't think of anything.
you haven't listened to any?
Oh wait, like bands or just
Like people, independent artists on the internet. Besides the big guy who we won't say his name, who's a piece of shit,
Who?
came from Canada,
No.
Mr. Yeah.
Okay.
Bieber. Justin Bieber, he's it.
He came from the internet.
He
yeah.
came from
He's
YouTube.
the most successful.
I don't know who that is, but okay. If I heard his name before, I probably just don't remember.
But there's a lot of independent artists.
I don't know. Does Rental Floss count? Rental Floss.
Actually, my favorite would be, they're one of the newer punk bands. Emily's Army. They came off the internet and now they're on Warped Tour and all that. So it's like,
Well, it
they
just
made a
shows
YouTube
that
video and it's just like, ooh.
even though YouTube is basically basically an empire ran by computers or ran by robots, it is still a good place to get notice. I guess we should mention our friend Aaron, who's kind of making videos, doing guitar solos and all that.
I'm actually supposed to be playing bass with him sometime soon if we ever get to do.
Yeah, he's trying to start a band, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what he has one other guitarist, and I was gonna go on his bass. Boom.
And don't you know a few, Rob? A few internet bands?
Danny Dodge. There's actually a lot. I don't feel like naming just because it would be like a while.
I know you don't like him, and I'm assuming you don't. I'm assuming you don't even know who he is. I don't. Again, I'm not sure if I can count this because it's all like video game parody stuff. But no. But I'm trying to think of what the group is called. Starbomb.
Never heard of them.
Eagle Raptor.
Don't care.
I think I've watched one of their videos and I was like gouging my eyes out
Serious?
my ears.
Have you ever heard one of their songs?
I was on Haylaws and I knew it was. I think it was Starbomb, or it might have been someone else, but it was like some Super Mario rap. You know, it just had like, it's horrible.
Really? I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought it was hilarious, but different taste, I guess.
I don't know, like when it comes to like parodies and stuff, when it's songs, I just leave it to Weird Al, not really internet people.
Listen to Rental Floss. You'll get a kick out of this stuff. And I don't know. I guess if we ever do an episode on internet personalities and all that, I'll probably try to make some argument for Eagle Raptor, but whatever.
Tobuscus.
I still don't know who that one is.
He's a guy that does a bunch of video games and he sings songs about those video games and just
He's funny. He's meant for the younger age, but he's funny.
Well, with trying to think of somebody.
I mean, there's a lot of little small independent artists I know, but I can't really name them because there's a fuck ton of independent artists.
Have you ever heard of Smooth McGrew? Check out his videos.
Okay.
He does.
Smooth McGrew.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that
It's not like actual songs. It's just him doing video game music, but with his mouth. And it sounds stupid, but believe me, it's actually really cool.
Actually, I'm a big fan of beatbox dubstep. Like,
It's not that, but he's just making just noises to create video game music, like he did the moon level from DuckTales and stuff like that, old NES games and stuff like that. Let's jump into guilty pleasures. I just feel like that could be kind of a little topic there.
LMFAO.
Fuck you! Oh, seriously, fuck them! Oh my god! Hey, whatever. It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
you can have it.
It's a I can't listen all the time, but it's just that one that was just like.
Oh.
A lot of the pop songs I tend to tune out because my sister would listen to them while driving, so I won't say they're my guilty pleasures. I can't say I'm listening to them. I just tune them out.
I was going to say Iran, but I don't feel bad for liking that. I'm trying to think. Like I said, my generation.
You gotta listen to Disney songs. That's where you told that.
Let it go.
Oh shit!
God, I'm sure there's actually people who like literally listen. I'm just like,
No,
I just no.
yeah, the song, that one song. But anyway, guilty pleasures.
I guess mine was, the band I said, Baby Metal, just because I find it hilarious. Like, I don't know, like, there's some parts that are actually decent.
Ice Ice Baby would be one of my
I
guilty
hate that song
pleasures.
so much. I hate it so much.
I forgot which Aim Without song do you like? Or what is the one?
The one I like.
Please tell me it's not. I'm sexy and I know it.
No,
Please don't tell me.
it's not.
Thank God. Party Rock.
Sorry for Party Rockin'.
Oh, okay.
No, actually,
I only know two of their songs.
Another one is it was really famous not too long ago.
I feel so bad for
Talk
like
Dirty to Me. Talk Dirty to Me.
Oh,
God,
what's his
no.
name? Yeah.
They played it every.
No.
I worked at the special needs camp, so I heard all these like one.
No, it wasn't as bad as hearing it into a sushi restaurant with a bunch of old people just
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
there looking to the
What
side
was-
at the owners like, and they sat there trying to fiddle with the radio to change the station. It was just like,
Oh God!
The
I just thought of
cringe.
it. We might jump into bad music after this. I just want to make this note. Have anybody heard that song Anaconda?
He was saying it earlier.
No, well, he was singing. Technically, he was singing "Baby Got Back,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they just throw that. That's all that song is, by the way. It's just clips of "Baby Got Back," and that's about it.
Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hon.
They just play it like 45 times in that song in Anaconda. So that's basically it. The only artist you ever associate it with is Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'd just rather, listen to Sir Mix-a-Lot's version.
I'd just rather hear the original. But
Yeah.
I don't think I have really any guilty pleasures.
well, that's
Well,
kind of
I
a hard
mean-
thing. It's
'Cause a lot of the songs I don't like, I'm just like tuning out.
I can think of. Well,
And-
these are
and
songs you
fucking-
like, but you feel bad for it. Like
Yeah, that's-
me and Achy Breaky Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's me with the Talk Dirty. I was like, nobody else likes this song.
It's just
I know Renee was listening to My Chemical Romance. There was like one song I kind of tolerated, but I was like,
oh, I'm trying to think of some other ones. A lot of '90s songs. My cousin she loved this one song. She was a giant fan.
continuing.
What?
She was a giant fan of the Spice Girls. Y'all remember them?
Yeah. Sorta.
Unfortunately.
No, I don't. I want to say I don't,
When I say
but I
remember-
probably listen to some.
I said if
I don't really listen, but
I say remember.
Heard.
I still remember like you remember that they were a thing. Because that's all I
They
remember.
were a thing, and so were the Backstreet Boys.
Ah. No. Fuck those boy band groups. Those annoying sacks of
Thank God
dogs.
boy bands are dead.
Oh no, they're not.
What are you talking about?
They're not dead. They keep. Have you heard of what the fuck is their faggoty ass name? Boy bands are still around. Sadly, no, they're annoying. What was the most recent boy band? I keep hearing their name, but I can't.
I thought
remember
boy bands were dead.
No, what's the recent one?
I don't know.
I can't remember her name.
I'm a little scared to know that. I think we've pretty much gone through everything here. We went through guilty pleasures. We went through like our legitimate favorites and stuff like that. We've kind of gone on a long time for this one, so we're going to probably cut this short, considering people are starting to come in. So that's pretty much it for this week. I'm Philip,
Don.
Rob.
AJ.
and we'll see you next week.
Oh, we could just,
We got on.
oh yeah.